Hey, Broad Culture viewers.
So,
I'm Dash.
I'm Jon.
Of course, we're doing another reaction video because as we're watching these episodes of My Hero Academia Season 4, we're also reacting to them.
Trying to do it here the week of that comes out and release the video a week after we watch it. So, so we don't have to deal with the Crunchyroll and Funimation copyright strikes and Japan's copyright strikes.
Yeah.
Because usually they don't care after a week of it being aired live. So there's that. Also to note, during Thanksgiving break and Christmas break, well, the winter break between fall and spring semesters, I'll probably be reacting to them by myself. Then during spring semester, we'll be back watching them together. So there's that, and maybe we'll start a new series when we get done with My Hero Academia. So there's that. Anything else before you start?
Not really. Let's get to it.
So when I say I'll come count down to 3, that's when we're going to start.
Yeah. Season 4, Episode 3.
Season 4, Episode 3. In 3, 2, 1. We are watching this on Funimation. You can watch this on Crunchyroll, Funimation, or in Japan. Legally.
Programs that allow students in the hero course who have provisional licenses to work with pros at their agencies. Now that I have my provisional license, things will be different than they were at my previous internship.
Currently the best villain in My Hero Academia anime.
I'll be able to use my quirk under the guidance of a pro, and I can even be dispatched to fight villains and help out at disaster areas. If my work study goes well, I could be invited by the hero I work with to be their sidekick. I might even be scouted by famous pro heroes who are always on the lookout for new talent. Encouraged by Mirio Togata, a member of UA's Big Three, I decided to try my luck with the agency of All Might's former sidekick, Sir Night-Eye. But getting in won't be easy.
Wait, pause. I just thought
If you want to be acknowledged about.
I just thought of one way. Like, if Aizawa had inherited All Might's quirk, he could easily take down Togata. But then again, even if he didn't have All Might's quirk, he would still be able to take down Togata.
Tomura?
Whatever his name is.
Tomura Shigaraki?
No, him.
Toga, okay. Toga. I thought you were talking about the K guy.
No, I'm talking about Togata. Because of the erasure quirk.
Yeah. Anyways, back to it in 3, 2.
Here's a little tip. You need to do one important thing at this meeting. Make him laugh. Then he'll totally approve of you. He wants to laugh. I can do that. In order to become the #1 hero. I'm Izuku Midoriya. What is this, boy? Are you ridiculing All Might? No. He's not funny.
I do like with every opening, there's less and less All Might in it to show the transition of Izuku becoming more and more confident as a hero. Hey look, there's an invisible world.
I don't think we really saw any of Bakugo in last episode.
He went to he's not going to decide that.
Why?
He doesn't have his
he didn't have his license.
He fell.
Yeah. Anger issues. So he's still at UA.
Yes. But all of them are still at UA.
Yeah, there's a bulk of them there, or doing their
Training. They're
out in the field.
Yes. I just realized this is a Fortnite reference. They're falling from the sky. It's like
Coincidence.
every fucking anime or every show there's a Fortnite now. I don't know. Why does fuck is minutes are there?
I actually like that final part of the theme.
Yes.
The nerve.
How about that quirk?
What are you doing with your face?
What's this quirk again?
Is this a joke to
You
you?
won't find out this
No, I
second.
guess not. You attempted this blasphemous excuse of an impression on All Might's former sidekick? All Might's wrinkles aren't like this at all, you fool. In his early days, his crow's feet were 0.6 centimeters long. From the Silver Age on, they were 0.8. These days, even unlicensed merchandise manages to have the correct wrinkles in the correct era. But you don't even know that much? Every corner of his office is filled with All Might gear. The 10th anniversary poster that was never on sale for the public! I want it! There's no other way to put it. This man is definitely a serious All Might fanboy.
Remember when we
I don't
camera
care
down a
for
bit?
this one bit.
It's this game.
You can see yourself out.
There's
The
a
Vinegar
whole
River
bunch of
incident.
unneeded space.
Are you not aware of it, sir?
I mean, I can't stand that much.
Okay.
A middle schooler whose quirk allowed him to change
Yeah,
the
that's it.
properties of water was drowning in a river. But All Might stepped in and saved him.
I can't swim. It's fine now. Do you know why? Because I am here.
The drowning kid panicked
I
and
am
accidentally turned the river into
alright.
vinegar, which obviously ended up getting in All Might's eyes. His face looked slightly different from normal after.
Dang the stings.
That smile, those narrowed eyes, that's the look I chose to impersonate earlier. I know this rescue, although it took place before I teamed up with him. And I believe they mentioned it briefly on the widely run television special entitled A Look Back. Yes, I love that show! I know there weren't any villains involved, so some people think it was a boring save. I'm sure that's why the fans don't talk about it much, but I really like it for some reason. Honestly, I think the best part of the whole thing is the witty response he gave after being thanked by the kid he rescued. I can't talk you enough!
I'm the one who should be thanking you.
My skin feels 10 years younger. That's it! It was the perfect one-liner! Now I see. You were just testing me. What? Oh no! It's just that since All Might is a teacher at my school, I never really get a chance to geek out about him. I maybe got a little excited. As I recall, it turned out the child's volatile home life was to blame. That's right! And that made All Might's actions and words carry even more weight, I bet.
Miriam? Who's that? He's loud.
An underclassman at my school. He totally failed to make Sir laugh, like massively. But I gotta say, I think he's still making a good first impression. Interesting. You want to do a work study here because you think that doing so will make you stronger. Yes, sir. Please let me. We need to draw up a contract. Of course, yes. I brought one. You will not interrupt me while I'm speaking to you. Sir. Once I stamp this document, you'll officially be contracted with my agency for a work study. Yes, sir! You have to understand that this will be nothing like the week-long internships that you students take on so casually. You must work here for a minimum of 4 months and will be paid wages. However, your academic responsibilities will likely suffer due to absences you rack up, which means your classmates will pull ahead of you. I understand that, but if I worry about what everyone else is doing, I'll never be number one. I think you missed. Because I am not approving this. What? I understand how working here would be beneficial to you, but what benefit would you bring to my agency? This office currently runs smoothly with 2 sidekicks and 1 work-study student already under my employ. So why would I add you on? How can you contribute to society? How can you be useful to others? In order to be acknowledged, you must be able to answer those questions unequivocally. All Might showed his work using power and humor. He gave hope to those who lived in fear of criminals. That's why the people were happy to acknowledge him. You're right. I need to find out how I can help the world. It's time to show me what you would bring to the table. Using actions, not words. 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to try and take this seal from me.
If you want to work as a hero under my guidance, then stamp that contract yourself.
Wait, what?
I'm saying that even though you don't appear to possess a single ounce of humor in your body, I'm still giving you a chance. The two of you, go wait outside.
Sir, yes, sir!
Once more with feeling.
Yes, sir!
So, did you have to do a practical interview like that?
No, sir asked for me specifically, so I didn't have to jump through hoops or anything.
Jeez, you really are his golden boy. Must be nice.
Oh.
I can't believe I'm jealous of a high school kid.
Oh, man. Whew. This doesn't sound great for Midoriya. His future just started looking dark. Up against Sir's quirk, the odds are grim. It's gonna be basically impossible to snatch that stamp, or even get close.
I'll take no offensive measures during this time, and you're welcome to attack me in any manner you desire. Don't concern yourself with what happens to the room. Just come and get it.
My nice quirk is... No, it's no time to strategize. I've just got to get that seal. I'll forge my own path to the #1 spot. One for all, full comedy!
An approach from the front, but it's merely a feint and a failed grab. And then another jump attack to no avail. I can see everything.
I knew it! Still, maybe if I just keep trying moves!
Is that all you've got? I thought you were attempting to show me your usefulness. This is a waste of time.
He's really stringing that kid along.
I know, right? I can tell from the noises coming out of the office that Sir is being serious. Is he really not going to accept Midoriya?
1 minute passes. He backs up briefly and appears nervous, finally understanding that he can't overcome my foresight.
Sir Naya! His quirk, foresight! After touching someone and locking eyes with them, he has the power for the next hour to see the choices that person will make. It's like he knows their every move!
The activation requirements are secret.
It doesn't matter how many different moves I try. He's one step ahead. There's gotta be a way to slip past his quirk.
I had high expectations for you until now. You have the power to become a symbol, but you're mediocre. Meanwhile, villains everywhere are getting restless and gloom is creeping closer. A pity. All Might chose wrong after all. Mirio should have inherited the power.
What are you talking about? Chose wrong after all?
Don't get me wrong, I do love and respect All Might. But I don't understand why he chose you. How can you succeed him?
I guess I never really thought about it. But of course there were candidates before me. Which means Togeda was in the running to inherit One for All. Does he know that? How did Night Eye and All Might choose him? Or does All Might even know about any of this? And if so, why didn't he tell me before?
You think you have time to stand there frozen? Or are you just getting tired, running out of ideas? I was honestly a bit curious when Mirio told me he was going to bring you here to introduce you. But it turns out it was a waste of time. There is a candidate who is far worthier of inheriting One for All than you. As such, I cannot acknowledge you.
I have to remember the words he said that day.
Young man, you too can become a hero. I can give you my abilities. Take the torch.
I have to keep fighting. I'll go beyond, so he can't react even if he can foresee my movements. I can't just let him reject me now. Not after everything All Might and I have been through. He chose me. He wanted me to have his power. I'm going to take that stamp from you. I swear, I will make you acknowledge me.
Thoughts so far? What? Thoughts so far?
This is stressing me out.
Night Eye's quirk, foresight, lets him see into the future. But the question is, how far into the future? My best bet is to make a ton of different moves as quickly as I can so he won't have any time to think.
There is a candidate who is far worthier of inheriting One for All than you.
If I leave now, it's like admitting he was right.
Gran Torino style, but you're a mere shadow of the original. For the next hour, provided the conditions are met, I can see what you'll do, wherever you go. In case you're interested, 2 minutes from now you'll be slumped on the floor with neither the seal nor the contract. You've looked unsure since this trial began, but All Might certainly must have taught you better than that. Fear and indecision are luxuries a top-tier hero cannot afford. Someone who understands that will always act with vision and purpose. You must have been told this countless times. But now, when your training's being put to the test, you choke. You said you would make me acknowledge you, but the more I see, the more convinced I become that you will ultimately fail.
She said I can do it!
Who said that? One of your little friends?
The greatest hero the world has ever seen! Sorry! You didn't think not to worry about the room, right? What he said about his power.
For the next hour, provided the conditions are met, I can see what you'll do, wherever you go.
He can see what I'll do wherever I go. Why did he word it that way? What exactly is I seeing? Everything that's going to happen? Or only the actions of a specific target? Me? Time to test my theory! I'll scatter objects at random. If I'm his sole target, then his foresight won't be able to reach them. I'm not giving up now! Or ever! Whether you like it or not, I am All Might's successor!
That doesn't alter what I see.
Not yet!
Well, he was right.
It's over.
Slipped on the floor.
3 minutes have passed.
What?
You're All Might's chosen successor? It beggars belief. You devised only a single plan and it failed spectacularly, leaving you worn out.
I didn't botch this test because I'm tired.
Then what happened?
I realized I was about to step on the poster for All Might's 10th anniversary as a hero. The one that was never for sale.
Don't tell me. He was in constant motion, jumping as Gran Torino would, and yet he still managed to avoid every image of All Might in the room? Even emotionally off balance from my provocations, he formulated a strategy to defeat me and remained aware of his surroundings.
And you are well-timed return!
Your turn, right, sir? That loud bang at the end sounded pretty final.
I'll take the boy, Mirio.
That's awesome! What? I don't understand! I didn't do either of the things you asked me to!
I told you to take the seal from me and stamp the contract yourself, but I didn't say you'd be rejected if you failed.
Yeah, but...
Congrats, Midoriya, you pulled it off! So, he made you laugh after all.
I had already decided I would take you on when I heard you were coming. I also knew that you weren't entirely lacking in skill and intellect, but I still wanted to see it for myself. The symbol of peace is gone, and the people are looking not for a dim light, but a dazzling one. You'll work here alongside professionals, and you will see, regardless of All Might's mandate, you're not worthy of his power.
One for All can only be transferred through the will of its current user. He's taking me on to make me give up. I'm All Might's chosen successor, but Sir Night-Eye doesn't accept that. He believes that Togeda should have been selected instead. It makes for an unsettling dynamic. But even so, I look forward to working with you!
You found an agency for your work study? Congratulations, Deku! That's awesome!
Indeed, well done, Midoriya.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. You're an example to us all.
I don't know how the rest of us are supposed to compete, though.
Yeah, you'll be working at Sir Night-Eye's agency. That's seriously amazing.
And I hear Togeda recommended you.
Pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, I guess. Except the only reason he even took me
Yeah,
on
but
was
it's
to
like-
convince me to give up one for all. The distance between us just keeps getting wider. We've got to catch up and soon.
I wish I had a place picked out. The school said Gunhead hasn't had enough interns intern, so his agency is a no-go.
I know what you mean. I wanted to go to Selkies, but that's out too.
Yeah, so is Fourth Kind. He doesn't even accept students for work studies.
Teachers sure aren't making it easy for us, are they?
Thanks to all these requirements, a ton of agencies are ruled out right off the bat.
We can't really blame them. Unlike the internships, we'll be directly involved. So if anything were to go wrong, then
the pros have to take responsibility for whatever happened.
Oh, hey, Mr. Aizawa.
Only pros who are the real deal will take on rookies like you guys knowing the risks involved. Tokoyami, looks like you've got an offer from one of them. Hawks has invited you to work with him in Kyushu.
No way!
Dude, he's the number 3 hero. That's awesome.
Oh, good job! Well, what do you say? I respectfully accept. All right, then. I'll make sure you get the relevant paperwork later. Just let me know when you're expected in Kyushu. I can sign off on your absences.
Congrats, Tokoyami, you psyched.
I am grateful, of course. We've really got to catch up.
Would you stop saying that?
Also, Kirishima, apparently Amajiki from the Big Three wants to talk to you about something.
He wants me?
Uraraka and Asui, you've got your own Big Three summons from Hondo. You can track him down sometime tomorrow or whatever. That's all for now.
Amajiki? That's crazy. I wonder what he wants.
Considering the timing, it could be about the work-study program.
No way! That'd be too good to be true, right?
I have to wait until tomorrow? No, I'm going over to the third year's dorm right now.
I don't think I can wait either. Let's go with him.
Yeah!
We've really got
Oh, shut up! Oh, man, I'm so jealous of those guys.
I'll just have to work harder.
Who cares about work studies anyway?
of
First years
course.
like us will just get stuck running errands and doing paperwork all day.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened at your internship, huh?
I mean, my disgraceful past!
Tomorrow. I start tomorrow.
The next day marked the beginning of my work study.
Today we will be doing patrols and surveillance.
Look, there's
We'll
that
split
hood
up
that
into
you were
2
asking
teams.
about.
I'll be with Bubble Girl and Mirio here with
His hood that
Midori.
you were asking about.
Night
Are you
agency
asked why he doesn't
working
need
on
where
a
he's
secret
anymore?
investigation.
Does his hood.
Shie Hasaikai is a small organized crime syndicate. That's Kai Chisaki. As the young head of the group, he's its second in command. And he's been behaving strangely lately. That plague mask is his trademark.
Yeah, there's my bag.
I thought there wasn't much trouble with organized crime these days.
Show it at
since
the
the
end of
police
this
know who
video.
they are and monitor their movements.
It's been that way since the big groups broke up. But this Chisaki guy is starting to gather them together again. We don't know why. The details are unclear, but we do know he made contact with the League of Villains recently.
The League of Villains?
Unfortunately, we don't have solid proof linking him to anything criminal yet. Hasaikai operates in a legal gray area that's close to black, but we can't treat them like villains. Our objective is to tail them and find out what they're up to. Be careful not to arouse any suspicion.
Yes, sir!
That it?
Yep.
That was a bit short. When are we going to learn about that one girl that's always popping up in the themed videos?
I believe the next episode is when we first meet her.
Ah,
So you got a week to meet her.
well, like what, 4 days?
Well, if we're going to do these on every Tuesday,
That is true.
then yeah. Anyways, thoughts on the episode?
Well, it's getting stressful as they're still building up stuff, and they have my attention.
Thoughts on Sir Night Eye's quirk, foresight.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, he's a bit of a dick, but he's not wrong. He has his doubts, but they're reasonable.
But his quirk, the foresight, where you can see a hour to a certain one person's future.
It's cool, but there are definitely flaws in it. Like, if it's one-on-one combat, he can easily win, but if it's like a two-on-one combat, he could lose easily. That's where his flaw is. He can see one person, but he can't see the other.
Okay, I'm not going to explain his quirk further than what it is in the show so far. for fans who want to be surprised or just anime watchers.
You read ahead.
Yeah, I'm caught up in the manga.
Exactly, you read ahead.
They had thoughts on the fight. Tsunade versus what's his name? Midoriya Izuku.
I didn't really think there was much action there.
So you didn't like him using a mixture of Gran Torito's stunts and keeping all the All Might memorabilia unscathed?
I liked all the Deku versus Bakugo fights.
Okay. So who do you think is going to be the big players in this season from Class 1A besides Deku?
Todoroki, Tokiyami. That's what I can say so far.
Okay.
I think Uraraka might get a bigger role.
Okay.
You know, there is one fan theory saying that Mineta is actually a traitor.
Mineta?
Yeah.
Well, that is the one of the big story threads going on. It hasn't even been touched on in the manga yet.
What, Mineta?
No, the trader part.
Oh.
UA trader is. So, is that said?
I'm Dash.
I'm Jon. This has been Broadcast. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Till next time. Be sure, yeah.